You probably already noticed how last week we promised something really big on the channel. Well, not really big, but something particular for this channel in the next week. And it's been a week, and that thing still has not happened yet. Now, there is a reason for that. There's a good reason. And I was wondering what that reason was too, because I did not have jurisdiction over what this particular project from this channel was. The person who has that jurisdiction is Glaviton, but he has notified me and he has told me that there was something very unexpected that he ran into right towards the ending. And what he's told me is that we will all understand when he actually gets the whole project together. So that's why you have not seen it yet, but I guarantee you will see it before next week's episode of this show. Alright? And I know I'm being very cryptic as to what the hell it is, but you know what? If you are a fan of movies and movies that come out recently, you probably already know what it is, and you probably already noticed that we have not done anything about that yet. But movie villainy is not my jurisdiction. My jurisdiction is TV villainy on the Super Vlillain vlogs. Oh, there's another one of those round of the world ones I did again. Oh, good times. Okay, so let's start with the one that always starts first, and of course that one is Gotham, where we see a lot more progress going on the undergrounds of the Arkham Asylum. A lot of more underground activity going on there, and you know, it's nice to see all of these projects. They're getting together really nicely. Like Firefly is back. I was a little disappointed that she wasn't Phosphorus, because I was wondering, like, what's the point of putting her through a transformation? Because the last time we saw her, or at least before she almost died, she looked like she pretty much already was Firefly. I mean, there wasn't really that much more you could do to her to make her more officially Firefly. Like, I just assumed, yep, she's Firefly now, yep. But I guess I was wrong. You still needed to tweak her up a bit. But since I thought she already was Firefly, I thought they were turning her into someone else then, if they were going to put her through these experiments. So I thought they would turn her into Phosphorus. But nope, she just turned into more Firefly. Apparently she turned into more of the slick, more modernized type of Firefly. I mean, not the completely more modernized, where it's like an armor suit with jetpack and everything. You know the kind that we see in the Arkham games. No, this one's more along the lines we see in the animated 90s series, where it's all sleek and smooth, and she doesn't really have wings, as it is more like wires, curly wires. Like, how the hell is she supposed to fly with those? She would immediately fall to her death if she could even attempt to fly with just a bunch of curly wires on her back. Also, why does she sound like she's voiced by Tara Strong, even though we know this is an actress who is not Tara Strong? I thought that was weird. Like, what's the point of dubbing her? But anyway, maybe she just happens to sound like Tara Strong in that one particular scene. I don't know. But the point is that maybe we could still see Phosphorus, because there was a particular couple of scenes for the next episode, but I'm getting way ahead of myself right now. What other projects are progressing down in the basement of Arkham? Yes, there's one that involves that big old bald guy. Like I said last week, he was the only one who survived that group of random ass villains that Theo got together. And so I was wondering, well, what's going to happen to him now? Well, apparently it was not just to knock him over with a suitcase. No, it was also to turn him into Killer Croc? What? Is that really Killer Croc? Oh, first of all, Killer Croc is a black guy, so that is whitewashing, okay? That is awful blatant whitewashing, okay? We've had enough of that recently, okay? We don't need more of that. We don't need more of whitewashing, especially on Killer Croc, even though you can't tell if it's whitewashed because he's Killer Croc. So it's really hard to tell what the fuck kind of monster he's supposed to be. Because I know he's not Clayface, because someone else is Clayface. There's like confirmation of that and whatnot. Wait a minute. Is that not even him? Is that Michael Chiklis' character, possibly? I mean, if it is, that's badass as all hell, and, you know, it would mean we're not wasting that character too much, but at the same time, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Because that better as hell not be Killer Croc. But that would be really weird considering we're just about to get him in the movie, so you would think it would be like a hands-off character at this point, right now. But anyway, now let's talk about the crown jewel of all these projects going on down there. The crown jewel of them, and of course, that crown jewel is good old Azrael. Oh, wait a minute, he exploded. It's what? He already exploded? You already got rid of him? Already? You just already did that. You just decided, no, screw it. Let's just get rid of him already. Let's just do it. Let's just get it over with. It's like, but the season isn't even over yet. We still got another episode or so to go, or whatever the hell. I think a couple more, I think. Yeah, we still got a ways to go, and you decide to get rid of him now? It's like, you would think the logical thing to do with that character is stretch him out through the whole entire season, since he was the catalyst for all of these events back at the beginning of this season. But nope, they decided, let's just blow him up with a bazooka. So Penguin and Butch reunite, and it feels so good. But no, they do not have sex. No, very disappointing, I know. But what happens instead is that they join forces because, you know, Penguin's mother was killed by Theo, and Butch's apparent girlfriend, Tigress, was almost killed by Theo, or in the middle of being killed because she's in a coma or something. Oh no, Tigress, oh no, I can't believe it, oh no. Now who will get a hold of her whip? Oh, that's right, Catwoman. Speaking of Catwoman, she's too busy having adventures in the air ducts of Asylum alongside the Riddler. Yes, the Riddler is also there. What are the fucking odds of them running into each other? Oh, that's right, the odds of writers making sure that that's what happens. Anyway, so apparently this is really all you have to do now. This kind of sets a precedent, doesn't it? That now, whenever you have a villain that seems like next to impossible to defeat, all you have to do is just take out a bazooka and blow them up. It's like, that's all you have to do now. There's not really much of a conflict now. It's like, oh no, this horrible thing is about to happen. Let's just take out our bazooka and blow him up. That's what happened with Azrael. So it's so goddamn easy, apparently. So let's just do that. Okay, whatever. Alright, so let's move on now. I'm not really sure where the season's gonna go from here, since we've only got a few episodes left, and we already killed Azrael. I don't know. Hugo Strange is probably gonna do something, I guess. Something. I'm not sure. Anyway, okay, next. Now let's move on from that, and let's go over to S.H.I.E.L.D. Yes, S.H.I.E.L.D., where its direction is very apparent. We know exactly what's going to happen with them, which might be good or bad, because with them, we know that Hive's plans at the moment is to completely get rid of the human race, just completely annihilate it and replace it with Inhumans, turn everyone into Inhumans. However, you can't just make them all Inhumans and make them all as cool as Inhumans. No, Hive believes that they don't deserve to be these cool Inhumans, each with their different powers. No, they deserve something horrible done to them. Instead, they deserve to be turned into boring types of Inhumans, where they all look alike and are all the same powers, in that they don't have powers, they just look butt ugly. And that's what he does. They all transform thanks to that science guy, who I'm sure everyone is going to theorize is someone, even though he is not, because his name is made up. he turns them all into apparently primitives, which are apparently from the comic books. They have been created, so they are actually getting to use a lot of lore from the comic books that involve Inhumans. So that's good, unless it means that this is indeed the reason why they canceled the Inhumans movie. And if that's the case, fuck it. Fuck S.H.I.E.L.D., okay? No, screw S.H.I.E.L.D. if that's the case. No, screw it, okay? We all know it would be better done in the movie, and that's kind of obvious as all fuck. So who were these primitives before they were transformed into primitives? Well, they used to all be watchdogs. Yes, the watchdogs are back, except without that, that guy from the Item 42 short, or whatever the hell that was. You know, the smoke monster guy from Lost. He what was it? Felix Blake, or Blake Felix the cat? I don't know. Felix the cat was the one that was behind them, but I don't know, I guess the show forgot about him and was like, oh, screw it, let's just use the watchdogs without using him. And the reason for all of these actions is because of the Sokovia Accords. Oh shit, that has to do with the project I was talking about earlier. Damn it, Graviton, why don't you post it onto YouTube already? So this actually makes sense to me. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna have to keep doing this episode wondering what that might not be or what might not be or whatever. Anyway, so the characters are all acknowledging, oh, that's right, a movie just happened. Let's try to remind the audience that we're trying to be in the same continuity as that movie. But then something happens. Something that happens in this episode that also happens again later this week. Two instances that happened this week. Two instances where a lot of talent and potential is lost, is wasted forever. And the first instance of this happening is here, when the assholes of S.H.I.E.L.D. decide to give Hive a sacrificial offering. And that sacrificial offering is Lash. Now, I know Lash is more of an anti-hero because he does what he does because he thinks it's for the greater good. The greater good. But I was like, he's just in denial of his true supervillainy. He just wants to keep telling himself that it's for good. But he's murdering the shit out of people. So I think he's a good old-fashioned type of a supervillain. But it's all for naught because he is dead now. He has been stabbed through the chest. But I guess there's some silver linings to him being stabbed through the chest, because the person who stabbed him through the chest was not Hive. No, Hive gave him a running front for his money, but no, it was not Hive who stabbed him through the chest. Instead, it was Hellfire, thus giving me full confidence that he actually is a full-on supervillain. Now, I know I had my doubts on him, because in the comic books, he was antagonistic, but he wasn't completely antagonistic. He was just more of a jerk asshole type of character, who was trying to be a superhero, and then as soon as he did something assholish, he was immediately killed before he could meet his supervillain potential. But this show knows otherwise. They know to use him, to fully utilize him as a full-on supervillain. So that's good. That's good. I mean, it's unfortunate that this means we have to lose good old Daisy. We had to lose darling Daisy to S.H.I.E.L.D. again. I mean, but then again, that was predictable. That was to be expected. I mean, we kind of saw that a mile away, that she wouldn't permanently be them. We knew she'd be back there. And plus, you know what? Maybe this means that she'll be ensured to be one of those characters who dies in the season finale. Because yes, we know YouTube. We know the S.H.I.E.L.D's or Marvel's YouTube channel. Yes, stop Stop being like, oh, who's gonna die? Is it this character? Is it that character? Maybe it's that character. Maybe this is the character. Let's give them all eulogies. And I'm like, no, fuck you. Just let it happen, okay? Don't rush it. Just let it happen, okay? You know what happens when you rush it. It comes out all sloppily and gross and disgusting. No, you have to let it happen naturally. Naturally. Alright, I think that wraps it up with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And, season finale next week, I guess. Sure. Okay, next episode to talk about, and that is The Flash. Yes, presented by Silent Bob. Yes, and Jay has a cameo as a man-child. Yes. So of course Barry did not die. At least they didn't let us have our hopes up for too long with the preview last week that revealed, nope, he's not dead. He's just somewhere else. And the place that he's at is the Speed Force. Yes, the Speed Force is a fucking sentient being that he can actually talk to and have conversations with and have like a whole Christmas Carol type story where he meets the ghost of Speed Force past, and Speed Force future, and Speed Force everything, okay? Everything. And I know it sounds all hokey as all fuck, but this is DC. They're supposed to be all hokey as all fuck. But I'm not here to talk about the Speed Force, because apparently the Speed Force is like, oh, Barry, it was your destiny to be the Flash. It was your destiny. And I'm like, oh, screw you guys. You're a bunch of goody two-shoes pansy, goody McGooder tins. And I hate that. I mean, come on. Couldn't the Speed Force be a dickhole or something? You know, all about screwing people over, since that's what it tends to do when it's not anthropomorphized. But nope, apparently it's all about goodness for goodness sake and what's not. And I'm like, screw it. And of course we do have a villain this time around, and that is in the form of oh man, a blast from the past. Oh, this is too good to be true. Oh, it's a fallen friend. Yes, it's Girder. Oh, it's been so long, Girder. It's been so long. It's been over a year. It's been way over a year since we've last saw Girder. Like early last season when he was killed off for a hasty-ass reason. Maybe it's because they acknowledge, the showmakers acknowledge that, you know what, maybe we shouldn't have wasted Girder by killing him off within 2 episodes. Maybe we should bring him back. And they do. Only to immediately kill him off again. Then what the fuck was the point then? What was the point of bringing him back if you were just gonna kill him off again? It's like you saw enough reason for him to be brought back, but not enough reason to keep him alive. No, you decided, no, fuck it, he's dead. Alright, he's dead. And I guess the reason, their excuse for killing him off again is because, oh, he's technically not alive. He's a zombie. And of course, this was going to prompt me to make an iZombie joke because, it's a zombie and this is on CW. And not only that, but the actor who plays Girder is on iZombie as a zombie, so it was almost too perfect not for me to make a joke about that. But they beat me to it. Cisco beat me to it. Cisco was like, no, fuck you, I'm gonna make the joke. And you know what, that's fair. That's fair. It was too much of an opportunity to pass. That was too much of an opportunity to point that out. Oh, by the way, iZombie. But that implies some weird connotations because they actually flat out say the title iZombie. So that means that iZombie, the TV show, exists in this universe, but iZombie is based on a Vertigo comic book. And Vertigo is a subsidiary of DC. So DC exists within a DC universe? Okay, I have to move on and before my head explodes. Oh god, I don't want my head to explode. Okay, I forgot I ever talked about it. Okay, good, my brain is still intact. Okay, good, alright. Oh, that was a close one. So, Zombie Girder dies again. Ugh. And they barely even give us an explanation as to why he even came back. Like, what was it again? Like something about his basic cerebral cortex. Like, he still wanted to do something. He still wanted to get together with get together with Iris for some reason. So that was the thing driving him, and maybe the reason why he was undead was because he's a metahuman. Is that why? Is that the reason why? Is it? If that's the case, then shouldn't that mean that every metahuman who dies on these CW shows, shouldn't that mean that they all come back as zombies? Every single one of them? Well, it doesn't matter, because next week we're gonna have a whole goddamn army of them. A huge-ass army. Yes, and I can't wait to see if we can figure out which one specifically each one is. Or maybe they'll just make up all of them. Screw it, I don't know. Oh, okay, so that's that episode. No actual runaway dinosaur, by the way. No actual runaway dinosaur. Huge cop-out right there. I mean, I know just because the episode is titled Running Dinosaur shouldn't mean we actually should expect a literal running dinosaur. But this is on a superhero show. That should be the norm to have something like that. If this was on, like, CSI Miami or Bones or Castle, then I would have been fine. I would have been like, oh, this is clearly a metaphor for something. But if you're going to name an episode that on a superhero TV show, that automatically makes people expect an actual runaway dinosaur. Okay? Ugh. Alright, now let's move on to the other show that does not have any dinosaurs either, and that is Arrow. You know, it's kind of sad when you see a show finally get all badass and do all the badass things you were hoping they would do. You know, all of the big, major, epic stuff you were hoping from it. But however, they have disappointed you so much in the past, and they execute these things in such disappointing ways that you don't give a fuck, and that's what's happening here, and it's really disappointing, because this show is like getting together all of their villains into one episode, and it's all about this big apocalypse that's going on, separate from the apocalypse that's going on in Flash, a different apocalypse, and it's all happening at once, and theoretically this seems like something to be really extra excited about, but I'm not. And the reason why, of course, is dumbass Damien Doo-Doo Head Dodo Dark. Maybe if they just switched a couple things out, I would have been more excited. But with what we have right now, no, screw it, no. So let's talk about all the villains that they try to cram into this episode. See, if I was excited for this, I wouldn't say that they're all crammed in. I'd be like, oh, sweet, all of these exciting villains, all packed into one neatly, tightly made episode. Awesome. But with how it is right now, I'm like, they just took a bunch of villains from the past and just threw them in there and just stomped on them so they could just fit them in there. Like, come on, get in there, get in there. Okay, let's see here. Who's there? Let's see here. There's Anarchy. He's there. He's sneaked into the dome so he can continue having this rival with Thea for some reason. And he doesn't do too of a bad job. He does a perfectly fine job. He kills her boyfriend. That was nice. And I know it wasn't Roy Harper, but that's fine. Whatever. Kill the other boyfriend so that Roy Harper can be like, oh sweet, I get a chance again. So there's that. There's that. This might make Thea want to kill him next episode. episode, but hey, you know what? He lived his life to the fullest. He lived his life the way he wanted to, which is why his name is Anarchy. Okay, who else is here? Who else is being packed? Who else is being shoehorned into this episode? Just crammed into the anus of this episode. Who else? There's Murmur. Murmur is back for a millisecond. I think he explodes or something. I'm not completely sure what the fate of Murmur is, and I'd be more concerned, but like I said, I no longer give that many fucks at the moment. But I do think that Brick died. I believe he exploded, and it was really tiny explosion too. It's like, Jesus Christ, the amount of explosion that was, his body shouldn't be completely disappeared from that explosion. It was like a teeny tiny explosion, smaller than his body, and yet he's gone. He exploded. It's like something off of a Monty Python sketch, where if this was on a Monty Python sketch, you would be laughing because you would be like, oh, that's so funny. There's no way that explosion would be big enough to completely obliterate that person. But here it's like, yep, that happens. Sure, why not? I mean, you know, it's Arrow. You know how they are with their production value. They don't give a fuck. They just want to do whatever the hell they want because they know we're going to watch it anyway. Yes, also, there's the calculator. The calculator's back, and he's on Felicity's side. Oh, no, don't stop. No, don't stop. What are you doing? I am so disappointed in this. You know, usually when a supervillain switches on the hero side, I take note of that. I stand against it. I speak out about that. I'm like, no, this is not right. What is going on here? This is a grave injustice. What is this? No. But right now I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. You do you, calculator. You do you. Sure, why not? I'm sure the calculator's just doing it as a temp job. You know, he's just dabbling. You know, he's just doing it because he's got nothing better to do. He's just doing it because he's doing it as a hobby. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna spend some time with my daughter. You know, we're gonna have some quality father-daughter time. You know, let's just. I'm just gonna hang out with her, and then I'll go back to being a devious supervillain. But at the moment, you know what? I'm gonna spend some time with her and save some people. So you know what? You know what, calculator? You do you. You are perfectly fine. All right, Damien Dark. I guess you want us to you want us to kiss your ass some, don't you? You want us to kiss your ass? Okay, fine. I think it's really badass as all hell how you end this episode with your big flashy thing going around your body, and you're like, oh, you're gonna need really bigger arrows. Yes, I'll give you that, Damien Dark. That was badass as all hell the way you ended that episode. All right, you got that, Damien Dark. But don't expect anything else from me, okay? Okay. Don't you dare expect anything else from me, Damien Dark! Don't you dare! I would prefer to take more note off of the fact that apparently Arrow's obligatory love interest of the past has gotten all glowy-eyed in this flashback. Maybe she can be a much cooler, more awesome supervillain than you! And I highly don't doubt that. Alright, that's Arrow, that's all that's going on there. Yay, more villains to cram in there, sure, why not? Just as long as we don't have to deal with Damien Dark ever again after the season is over, okay? Never, ever, okay? Never, ever. Okay, alright, okay, final show to talk about this week. And that show is Legends of Tomorrow. Yes, going back to a villain who actually deserves it. Vandal Savage. Yes, this is so much better. This is so much better because he actually deserves all of this hyping up as this villain who pops up throughout all of these timelines. Even though it got really convoluted with the explanation last episode, and I thought with what they were going with that, I thought the direction they were trying to take with that was that he turns out to be the one who founded the Time Masters in the first place. But it turns out, I guess not. I guess that's not why they're in cahoots with each other. I guess that's not the reason. Apparently, the reason why the Time Masters are all tight with Vandal Savage is because they can look into the future and they see that Vandal Savage actually saves the Earth. Yes, he's actually good for the Earth in the long run. They have foreseen a future where the Earth gets invaded by aliens, and it just so happens that it was when the Earth was completely organized by Savage, which means that the Earth was more likely to win the war against the aliens because they were all organized by Vandal Savage, which means Vandal Savage is actually good for the Earth. You see, guys, this is why we do supervillainy things, because we know that things will be more organized and more intact, and everything would be for the better if you would just let us dictate over you guys. You know, just give up your free will, let us beat your ass a couple times, and then everything is gonna be okie dokie. You know, it's the Donald Trump mentality. Now, if hearing this from me is going to prompt you to vote for Donald Trump, then I completely take back every single thing I just said right now. Oh God, don't take what I say seriously. I am a cartoon character on a YouTube video. Jesus Christ. Understand that this is all for farce reasons, okay? Jesus Christ, don't actually take this seriously. Oh God. Anyway, alright. So anyway, moving on to wait, just 1 minute. Wait, 1 minute. Let's back this up. Let's rewind. I think I just glossed over something. Let's rewind. Aliens? There's aliens. Aliens are on the show. Finally we get aliens. Yes. For the longest time, these CW DC shows have been gradually introducing these shows to bigger and bigger concepts. First, it was just the idea of costumes, and then they brought it up to technological advancements, and then they brought it up to actual superpowers, sci-fi enhancements, and then they brought it up even further to magical elements, to the idea of magic, and then they brought it up even further with time travel. They brought that into the universe, and they just kept escalating and escalating. But something that we all noticed that they did not escalate up to yet was aliens. They've never done aliens yet. They've never done aliens in this universe yet. Yes, we have had Flash travel to a universe that does have aliens, the Supergirl universe, which apparently is going to now be on the CW, so I guess that's going to stay a separate universe, I guess, but they're going to have, more of a link. But anyway, screw that. No, let's talk about this. But now, finally, we have proof that aliens exist. Now, granted, we kind of already knew that with Kang Jarrell being mentioned once, and Kang Jarrell is an alien, but then again, they've done stuff on these shows where they've toned down concepts and ideas. They took Amazo, which is supposed to be this badass robot, and they turned him into a ship. So I was like, okay, I know you just mentioned King Jarrell, but how can I be sure that he's going to be an alien in this version? Well, apparently I have confirmation that yes, there are aliens, which means King Jarrell will indeed be an alien. Thank God. Thank everybody. Since this is aliens we're talking about, let's thank the Scientology guy. Let's thank him too. Tom Cruise and John Travolta. But does this mean that the Time Masters are just doing this for the greater good? The greater good. Nope, they're still evil, heartless supervillains because they decided, you know what, Rip Hunter, we friggin' hate you. We hate your guts. So we are actually going to assign Vandal Savage, we're going to actually command him to kill your family. Yes, we're the reason why he kills your family because we told him to. Yes, take that, asshole. In fact, you know what? We're going to even become more like assholes to you. Because we're going to reveal that every single thing that you have done is because of us. Yes, we have manipulated all of you to do things for us thanks to this convoluted type machine that allows us to control what you guys do and it allows us to control the future. Yes, we call it the writer's pencil. Okay, they don't call it that. They call it like the stream or something. I don't know. I'll call it the writer's pencil. Because that's basically what's going on here. The writers of the show are the Time Masters, and they want to control everything, even if it doesn't make any sense. Just like what's going on right here. But then the character's like, no, we're tired of all these weird plot lines. Okay, we're tired of this explanation that, the reason why nothing makes sense is because the Time Masters have been controlling it to not make sense. So we're gonna make it even make less sense by exploding that machine, whatever the hell it was. So they explode it, and the person who explodes it is Leonard Snart. Oh boy. I knew this would happen. I knew it would happen. I knew that if Leonard Snart was not careful, he would become a full-on 100% superhero. I knew it. I warned him. I warned him. I warned him so many times. I told him, Snart, you're going down a dark road, okay? And if you go down too far down that road, you're never going to come back, Snart. You're never going to come back. And I wound up being right. I wound up being right. Because Snart is dead. Snart died. He sacrificed himself for the other superheroes. Another waste of really great potential right there. Wait just 1 minute. Wait just 1 minute. Wait just 1 minute. It was recently announced that the actor who plays Leonard Snart has signed a deal to be in all kinds of CW DC shows. All kinds of them. Yes, they did it. Yes, they were stupid enough to reveal that before this cliffhanger was resolved. Yes, those glorious idiots. Oh, thank God for those fucking glorious idiots who decided to completely spoil that cliffhanger by announcing that they had the actor sign a deal to continue to be on these shows. Yes, those magnificent, brainless, idiot Neanderthal dunderheads. Ugh, God bless them. Tom Cruise bless them. Everyone bless them. Yes, he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back. But will he learn his ways, though? Will he take this as an opportunity to learn from this? Will he learn from this and realize that being a superhero is no good for him? It's a risk to his health. It's a health risk. He almost died from it. So he should realize that once he comes back, that he should lay off being a superhero again, and he should rethink his career as a supervillain. He should go back to what's healthy and what's smart, and that's being a supervillain. So hopefully he'll learn from his mistakes and come back fighting strong as a proud member of the Rogues in Season 3 of Flash. So the future is looking up for good old Snart. It's looking up. And do you think you could, maybe you could let Heatwave join in too, since he doesn't like being Kronos anymore. So you know what? Let him be Heatwave again. Give the Kronos persona to the guy who actually is Kronos in the comic books. Okay, Heatwave. All right. You gonna be a good sport? Oh yeah, you're gonna be a good sport. Alright, so that's everything that's going on there in Legends of Tomorrow, and we are done for the week. Yes, this has been another episode of why am I saying the name of the show again? I don't usually do that. Anyway, so this has been another week. We're getting really close to all of these season finales. We know that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is just about to have theirs, so we're getting really close. And no apocalypse whatsoever. Yes, everything is going swimmingly. Just keep swimming